The entire document is 1,100 pages long, written by the United Nations. 1,100 pages of legal documentation. And that's only one document. There's hundreds of these documents. This is just one of them, called the Global Biodiversity Assessment. But they have the entire world mapped out, planned out, how it's going to be. Let's look at this. Basically, 50% of the United States, of the physical landmass of the United States, will be absolutely 100% totally off limits to any human beings at all. Except, of course, scientists who are doing this, the people doing this. And then, so you see the red zones will be completely, totally off limits, no entry whatsoever. The yellow zones will be like parks. These are the land, the part of the land that you can go into in a highly, it's called highly regulated use. And the yellow zones are called buffer zones. Those are going to be like the parks, like where I'm at right now. And then the normal use is green, and there's hardly any places that are normal use. So basically what this is an absolute total 100% conquest of the entire planet under the United Nations. A physical total conquest of every square inch of the entire planet. And that's no exaggeration. And they have the entire world mapped out exactly how it's going to be in minute detail. And if you read this is the Global Biodiversity Assessment. This is just one section of an 1,100 page document. And this is all about how they're going to increase global biodiversity. And what global biodiversity is simply removal of human beings. That's all it is. That's all that word means. And that you can read 1,100 pages and thousands of these documents in minute detail, telling you exactly what they're going to do. And that map, this map, is accurate. It was written by an opposition group, but it is based on the UN's documents, and it is accurate. It is what they want to do. No entry. You won't be here. You'll be gone. The only people are going to be squeezed into little zones where people will be allowed to live. That's it. No exaggeration. And what global biodiversity means is just removing people. That's all it means. Bio, that means life. Diversity, that means different types of life. The whole point of this is that they want to increase biodiversity. So how would you increase biodiversity? This is natural. This is like one of their little zones, little park zones. This already is biodiverse, right? So this doesn't need to, the biodiversity doesn't need to be increased here. Once it's natural, once it's back to nature, that's already biodiversity. So you don't need to increase the biodiversity here. What would cause a lack of biodiversity? The only thing that would cause a lack of biodiversity would be you, would be a person, a human being living there. Like, for example, if I'm sitting here in a natural zone, right? Beautiful. It's biodiverse. There's all kinds of plants and animals here. It's biodiverse. There's many different types of life living here. Well, so that's biodiverse, right? Let's say I came in here and built a house here. on this location and I lived in it, well, that would no longer be biodiverse because I'd be removing all these plants. Here's a plant, that would be gone. Here's a bug, that would be gone. There's a mouse living there, that's gone. So that the house would remove the biodiversity, right? So if there was a house here with me living in it, that would be a non-biodiverse area, right? Well, let's say I want to increase the biodiversity, which is the point of this document, how to increase biodiversity. In that case, what would I do? I would remove the house with the human being living in it, and I would rehabilitate that piece of land and let nature come back to it. So, bottom line is, it's a fancy way of saying removal of people. The word biodiversity means less people. That's all it means. That's all it can mean. That's the only thing it does mean in these documents is less people.